Hi guys, welcome to my channel and welcome for a brand new video. Today I thought I'm going to bring it back with the makeup collection. And the reason oh, there's a little bird, that's real cute. So for instance, I've got this bag. I just thought it was cute to keep. I did have the makeup in front as well, but I've put them back in my drawers. In the back there, that's my hair extensions because I'm getting my hair done soon. I've got this, which is from the range. That's a Beauty Works. I've got a little cherry jelly cat, and then I also have this. I don't know why that's there, but it's gonna stay there. And yeah, that's cute. The top here, that's from B&M. I've got a little, I don't know if you can see it, from B&M as well, and then that's from the range. And coming over to this side, again from the range, that's actually a 2-pack. The range again, and then at the top, that's B&M, and then that's literally empty. I don't know why that's there. And then at the top here, I've got makeup remover pads. I've got eye so clean, more eye so clean, and then some gems there. But that's pretty much like the overview of the drawers. So this drawer is actually primers, setting sprays and foundations. It is kind of a mess, but it's kind of an organised mess at the same time. But I thought I'm just going to go through a few of the bits. Pretty much at this side is my primers. So I've got the Say Super, which I absolutely love. Beauty Crop. Number 7 again is a must. I've got these two, which was stood up, the Glow Hub ones. In here is more like dewy primers, so there's the Dewy Bounce, which I'm nearly out of. Lottie London, Ciate, I absolutely love this. The Wishery Hyaluronic Acid. Bobbi Brown, that's like a fake Bobbi Brown from Aldi. And then the Beauty Crop, and then Rodial. And then at the side here I've got another few. That's like a Charlotte Tilbury dupe, which again I'm obsessed with. That is sort of like a Say dupe, but in my opinion it's not as good. And then the Beauty Crop Glow. And then this one, all my pores. So there's Primark, YSL, a lot of the Beauty Crop ones, Iconic London, ELF, and another Primark one. It's gripping. So for instance, She Glam. This is a new favourite, which is the Beauty Bay one. Primark. This I'm literally nearly out of. I'm honestly obsessed with that one. NYX. ELF. Rimmel. Beauty Crop again. And then the last for the primers is this one, which is, well, that's not meant to be now. It's more like glowy, so there's an SPF one, a primer, I've got the MAC one, and then the Drunk Elephant. And then at the back here is setting sprays, so there's Beauty Crop, P. Louise, Trigwell, more Beauty Crop, Iconic London, Rimmel, more P. Louise, ELF, more Beauty Crop again. Coming on to the foundations, it's sort of in order, so like all these are like my bronzing drops. So I've got all my L'Oreal ones, I've got a Pink Honey, the Glow Hub, Morphe, W7, Revolution and Primark. And then these ones are like Charlotte Tilbury dupe sort of vibes. So I've got an Aldi one, Rimmel collection, W7, Charlotte Tilbury. I've got 2 of the Maybelline ones. I've got another Rimmel and the ELF one. And in here, it's pretty much random. These are actually really nice. One's the Body Collection, one's the Primark one. They are pretty much the same, but they are actually so nice. H&B, NARS, H&B again. And then this one is more dewy. So I've got 2 Rimmel ones. I've got Be Perfect, EX1, Revolution, Sculpted by Amy, which Sculpted by Amy is honestly such an underrated brand. There's Elf Soft Glam, the Rimmel Multitasker, which kind of looks gross. It's not out of date though. Maybe it just needs a shake. And then another EX1. And then this one is pretty much skin tints, which I'm obsessed with at the minute. Cursass, I feel like I'll repurchase forever. Like, it's honestly my favourite skin tint ever. This is more like a bronzing drop sort of vibe. I've got Sculpted by Amy, another favourite. And then another favourite is the NYX Glaze. I've got Carly, Max Factor, L'Oreal. What's it called? Made by Mitchell, Lottie London. That is, I used this the other day and it's so nice, even though it is out of date, but got a fan one, Dewy Bounds, Primark, Maybelline will always be that girl, and then a Glow Tint, and then I do have the House Labs one as well, which, yeah, what's it called? Maybelline, and then a bronzing thing again. Every single drawer has like a new in or backup sort of vibe. So there's the Iconic London bronzing drops. I've got, well, that brush shouldn't be there. Got the Sculpted by Amy Dewy. I don't know if it's the same as what I've already got. I don't know. I've got Bellamy Anta bronzing drops. I've got two Be Perfect foundations. I've got two skin tints there. At the back, I've got two backups of my Rimmel. I've got a backup of my SPF, a backup of my Be Perfect bronzing drops, a backup of the Dewy Mist. I've got a Primark All Night Setting Spray, and then two backups of the Maybelline Superstay, and then a backup of the Max Factor, which again is really nice. And then there is also a backup of the primer as well. And then here is literally the only two matte foundations I've got. So one's Primark and one's Sculpted by Amy. But that is pretty much that drawer complete. The drawer underneath is concealer, bronzer, powder. So concealer is sort of in an order, it's sort of not. At the front here, I've just got some random bits. So I've got fine concealer, my Too Faced concealer, my two Doll Beauty. Honestly, obsessed with them in a minute. And then there's a random, I'll show you later. This is pretty much more light coverage concealers. So I've got the two Made by Mitchell Bolts. I've got three Radial. I've got Made by Mitchell again, Pink Hammer, Dewy Bounds. Yeah. Here is more of my brightening ones, which are really like, just really, really pale. So I've got H&B, Carly, Be Perfect, Rimmel, Collection, that brand on TikTok. Got House Labs, again another Beauty Craft, Sculpted by Amy, another Made by Mitchell, got Pink Honey, Anastasia Beverly Hills, and yeah, that's pretty much that. And then the last of the concealers I've got is pretty much my full coverage ones, minus that shouldn't be in there, but this I just can't put down at the minute. Cursass Skin, they literally have it to the T. It is so good, but that should be in that one. So I've got H&B, it's pretty much the same but in dark shades. So I've got Be Perfect H&B, a couple of H&B, Collection, House Labs, EX1, Peel-Ease, Maybelline, Primark, and yeah, then two P. Louise at the back as well. And then for bronzers, it's pretty much sorted. So these are all my creams. So I've got three P. Louise, I've got three Jordana Tisha, I've got two H&B, I've got three more P. Louise, What else have I got? Perfect Collection, Doll Beauty. The older Jordana t-shirt, which I feel like I prefer. I don't know why, but it's just not as creamy, and sometimes I like that in a, I don't know. I've got a Pink Honey. Is it Bareface? Bare Cosmetics, maybe? This, the most underrated bronzer ever. It's the number 7 one. I've got 2 Made by Mitchell curve cases. I've got a fan one, and then these are pretty much like stick ones. So I've got Made by Mitchell concealer. Like, a lot of them are concealers, just in darker shades. The e.l.f. bronzer. What else have I got? I've got e.l.f., LA Girl, Rimmel. This I'm actually obsessed with, but I just hate the packaging of it, but it's so good. And then at the back I have all my powders. So I've got 2 MAC, Made by Mitchell, H&B, the most underrated H&B product ever. I've got 2 Be Perfect, Rose and Caramel. The old Doll Beauty, I just can't get rid of it because, yeah. What else have I got? Physicians Formula. The newer Doll Beauty, which is huge. A Be Perfect one. Milani, Pink Honey, and that's pretty much the overview of that. And then to my powders, these are in no order, to be honest. So I've got Be Perfect, Morphe, Rodeo, Beauty Crop, Ciate, Pound Shop pressed powder. So good. That's Makeup Forever. A H&B pressed powder. I've got another Vitamin Babe, another one, Jordana t-shirt. I've got 2 Trigwell, another Be Perfect, and then I've got Huda Beauty, Primark, P. Louise, another Pound Shop, number 7, which I've still not actually tried, H&B, Maybelline Fit Me, and I think that's it. Actually, there's also this from Made by Mitchell, and then the new in isn't actually that big. So I've got a Beauty Bay face palette, Trinity London, and then 3 concealers. So this is just a brand on TikTok. I've not tried that. Sculpted by Amy. I think that might be a top up, I don't know. And then a Ciate brightening. But that's pretty much that drawer done. The drawer is very, very messy, to be honest. And I'm just going to quickly go through this because there's not much to say. Like, this is all my eyelashes, but it is a mess. So I'm not going to go through my eyelashes really. There's just Tatted London, Eye Candy, Land of Lashes. Yeah, just a lot. Then these are all my glues. I've got all my tools. And then at the back is all like new stuff, all back up. So I've got Dichadora, which honestly their brow thing is so good. I've got Unicorn Cosmetics top up. I've got loads of the new Rimmel pens, which I've not tried. I've got 2 backups of the Frill Seeker. I've got Be Perfect eyeliner, a Primark one, UK Brow Sculpt, which is a backup. Again, these I've not tried. It's Rimmel. I've got 3 by Caitlin Collection brow gravities, and then another Unicorn Cosmetics bare brows. And let's just go on to this. This is pretty much like my glowy stuff for my eyes. So I've got Made by Mitchell Drip Drip. I'm missing one. No, I'm not. Erase this. I'm obsessed. And apparently there's talk that she's bringing out new colours and I need it. I've got my, this is so old. It's still got Made by Mitchell on it. And I've got my by Caitlin, that shouldn't be there. And yeah, it's just pretty much my glowy stuff for my eyes. Then here is all my mascaras. So I've got the Thrill Seeker. This is literally the only mascara I use. I can do one. If you've got green eyes, you need to try it. And yeah, there's just L'Oreal. A lot of L'Oreal, to be honest. I've got Beauty Crop, which that's actually new. So I'll pop that over. I've got Maybelline. It's just a lot. That's another glowy thing, which is actually really nice. Is it Hourglass? There's a teddy bear brow thing, which shouldn't even be there. I've got the Giorgio Armani eyelid things. And then a By Ellie one, which is actually too light. I can't even open it. And then here is pretty much my opened brow gels. So I've got 2 Pink Honey, By Ellie, a cocoa powder, and then a Unicorn Cosmetics one. And then this is all my pretty much eyebrow stuff. So these are the 2 that I'm just obsessed with at the minute. That sort of it is that this one is a Benefit dupe, and then that one is it the Refi? I don't know, but I'm obsessed with both of them. I've got this one, which is just a brand on TikTok, UK Brow. 2 of the Benefit. I've got just a lot. I've got brow pens, which is the NYX ones. Be Perfect Indestructible. I don't think I've tried that. I might be wrong. Again, this is my all-time favourite by Caitlin. And yeah, that's pretty much that. And then over here, and this, I'm obsessed. I think I'm nearly out of it, the Fan pencil. Here, I've just got P. Louise colourful eyeshadow things. Again, made by Mitchell. Colourful eyeshadows, just in case I need them. Then these are all like colourful pencils or pen glitters. All my Made by Mitchell and P. Louise colour there. And then I've got some pigments at the back, and then eyeliners just at the front, which they never ever get used, to be honest, but they're just there. That's that drawer done. So this drawer, I'm obsessed. I just love this drawer so much. It's my blush drawer. Blush and highlight, actually. But yeah, there isn't really much to it. I'll just go through as I go. So these are all my H&B ones. And did you know she's bringing out more shades? I'm so excited. At the front here, I've got 3 of my Road ones. My Milk, which I actually used today. Obsessed. I've got my e.l.f. camo ones, again, so nice. And then all my Beauty Bay ones. Got all my P. Louise ones here. Pink Honey, more P. Louise. I do have 3 of them. I don't know where the other one's gone. And then I've got my Maybelline, my NYX powder ones. I've got 3 Iconic London ones. I've got my Rare Beauty one. My 2 Rodial ones, and Be Perfect. And then here I've got 2 Jordan Atisha ones. I've got Rare Beauty. 3 of my Glow Hub ones. e.l.f. H&B Cosmetics. And then here is pretty much like stick and squeezy tubes. So I've got Made by Mitchell, Trigwell, Iconic London, 17 Makeup, this brand here, Daniel Sandler. And yeah, and then there are all my Made by Mitchell blush at the back. Then here I've got 2 palettes from Made by Mitchell. And then this is, I don't really use any of these. So I've got all my Glow Hub one, no, my Glow for It one. She Glam W7. I can't remember what that brand's called. Got Rimmel. Urban Decay, Benetton, which I keep forgetting about and I need to use it again. Primark Revolution, yeah. And then these are all my powders. So I've got 3 Beauty Crop ones at the back. I've got my Primark ones. These are so good. I always get them if I find any other shades. The H of Cosmetics, Physicians Formula, Rare Beauty, Milani, W7, that brand again. I've got a Too Faced one, which I don't actually use anymore, but this was the first like big brand that ever sent me anything. So I've kept it for that reason. And then I've got the Primark dupes at the back, and then Be Perfect. And yeah, on to highlight. I feel like everyone knows how I feel about this. I've got 3 different colours. I've got Be Perfect Glazed, Iconic London. Again, this is so old that I'm keeping it. All my Made by Mitchell highlights. I've got the Comic Case. I've got the Curve Case Collective, which if I can I'll show you because it's huge. Look at that. I don't think I've used it, but it's there if I want it. I've got Bellamy Anti-Highlight. This, I actually forgot about this because I've been obsessed with my other one, the Radial. So good. Got this Slip Dew by Made by Mitchell. I've got a lot of London, and I don't know what that's from. Then at the back I've got 3 new things, so that's a new highlight to try from that brand. Is it Mina? I don't know. And then 3 backups of my Beauty Bay blushes, but I think I'm going to give them away because I don't need them. But that's my blush drawer. Crazy. I'm trying to do this as fast as possible because my camera's going to die. But this is my lip drawer. This is the one that's just a mess. Let's just quickly go through it. So I've got all my H&B glosses there, along with some Radial. These are all lip stains. So I've got the Wonder and then all the NYX ones, and then I've got two of the Rimmel ones as well. Another lip oil. These are more like lip balm treatment sort of things. This is probably my favourite, and it's only from Primark, and it was £3.50. And there's just pretty much just random lip butters, to be honest, which isn't very interesting. But then at the back I've got all my Rimmel ones. So I think I've got every shade of the Rimmel one now. I've got 3 Too Faced ones, which again I don't use, but because it was the first one that ever sent me anything, I want to keep it. And then these are all my lipsticks. I don't have loads of lipsticks, to be honest, but I've got Doll Beauty ones, I've got Be Perfect, I've got all the H&B ones at the bottom. My lip glosses, so I've got Rimmel again, these are my favourite. Got a Glow Hub one. I've got Fenty, another Fenty. That shouldn't be in there. NYX. And yeah, just random. This is like the Road dupe. Then at the back there's just some miscellaneous ones. And then I've got my P. Louise like refills. However, my niece took the actual applicator thing, so she should have that. And then I've got all my Made by Mitchell glosses. This was my all-time favourite, Natural Nights. But there is a new favourite. Is it Dripping in Pink? Yeah. Dripping in Pink. Obsessed. Then I've got my Beauty Crop lip oils. And then down here I've got my Pink Honey ones, the Maybelline Lifter, the NYX Fat Oils. Oh, these are actually lip stains. 2 of the Maybelline Superstars. Got the Laneige. I've got a lip scrub by CosRx. Lip Plum. Lip Sleep. My niece always takes these, so I did have a couple of more, but she just took them all because she likes them. And then the Made by Mitchell lip. Is it like a lipstick? I don't know. And then down here I've got 2 Made by Mitchell P. Louise, a lip stain. And then these are all my lip liners. I'm not going to go through my lip liners, but my favourites are Maybelline, H&B, Morphe, Doll Beauty. The pink honey ones are really nice as well. And there's just a lot going on in there. And these are other lipsticks, like in these tubes. Pink honey lipsticks are really, really nice. I've got like the NYX lipsticks, oil things. I've got a lot of the UK lip stuff. Then at the back, again, is new stuff or backups. There's a blush there and I don't know why that's in there, so that needs to go back in here. So I've got two Betand, they're backups. Hello Sunday backup. I've got a Be Perfect lipstick. The Lifter lipstick, which is backup. My Rimmel backups, UK Lash backups. And that's my lip drawer. For the makeup is my eyeshadow palette, which again I'm not really going to go through because literally the only one I use is my Jordan t-shirt one. And I've also, you know what, these are what I forget about. I need to put them in my drawers. So I've got two P. Louise blush palettes. I've got a P. Louise bronzer palette. And under here, yeah, like I've got Maybelline Mitchell bronzer, another palette. So there is face palettes in here as well. This, again, is something that I will never get rid of because I think it was my first high-end palette. But it is so old. And then I've got two brand new Be Perfect eyeshadow palettes. Which I don't actually need, to be honest. So that's the brown one. However, I am going to keep this one because when you'll see it, look at that. But yeah, I don't really need, I need to declutter really. That is a goal to declutter. On to like my hair and skin drawers. This is one of my skin drawers. So I've got cleansing balms. Most of my cleansing balms are actually in the bathroom. So my cleanser, that's like a backup cleanser. I've got The Ordinary, Rhodial, which is pretty much gone, Ren. Then at the back, some more cleansing balms. I've got some eye patches here. And then these are all face masks. And then I've just got like cleansing waters. More toners, so Thayer's, Avena. That is so good. I've got Glow Recipe. That's the one I'm currently using, is the Curse one. COSRX. There's spot patches. But yeah, that's that overview of that one. And then my second skincare drawer is the one that's a mess. Just to quickly go through it, I've got a lot unopened, but that's because I don't like to open skin stuff unless I need it. There is a random face tanner there. But yeah, this is pretty much the overview. If I show you a couple of things, Avena, COSRX. At the back is my SPF, so there's Garnier. Oh, I've still got some other moisturiser here as well. Nature Spell, Supergoop, Garnier again. There's most of it is new in here, to be honest. COSRX, this is the moisturiser I am currently using. This range by L'Oreal, I just love. What else is there? Weleda. I've got actually a tool as well here. Paula's Choice, Medicube, more COSRX. And this is just a mess, to be quite honest. Drawer here is all my new in-hair stuff, and I have a lot. So I've got Colour Wow, I've got Hair Best. These are all Archive, is it called? I've got Colour Wow again, more Archive. Hair Best again, a brand new Tangle teaser. All my gimme ones there. At the back, I've got the Garnier Banana Hair Food, which apparently really nice. I do really need to try that. A UK hair one. And then some Nature Spell at the back. And then this is NYX1, you can see. More Nature Spell. Nature Spell. Nature Spell. I've got all the Garnier Curl range. Nature Spell again. Colour Wow. Nature Spell. Nature Spell. This I absolutely love. I do actually need to open that. Nature Spell, Colour Wow. It's just, yeah, just a lot, to be honest. I've got a lot of hair oils as well. I cannot go through this because it's a mess. I'll just show you a few bits I'm currently using. So, got to be heat protectant. That's just hair stuff. Always using Colour Wow. Yeah, I cannot go through this, to be honest. But it's just all open stuff. Or I am going to sort through this because I think I'm going to put some in a different drawer. But yeah, I'm not going to do that because that's just ridiculous. This drawer is tan and glowy stuff. So yeah, again, can't believe I'm showing you this. So there's instant tans, so there's like B-board. There's literally, I don't understand why I have so many. That's just ridiculous. Now you can pretty much see better. So there's like a few instant tans, so that's Iconic Bronze. This, which is obviously at Energy. All my glowy stuff here. I'll just show you a few of my favourites. That I used the other day. I love. This one I will always love. So if you can still get your hands on it, definitely recommend. Is it Nux? I don't know. But yeah, a lot of it is just glowy stuff. These are all brand new. You can't see. They're all new face tanning drops at the back. And then there's tan, which is literally everywhere. The one I'm currently using, I'd say is this one, but it's actually got like 5 mixed together just because I only had a little bit of each one. So I've just popped it in the same bottle, so it's a lot of tans mixed together. And then this is the Gradual Tan. I'm currently using this Skinny Tan one. At the back, I've got a new tans. I'm going to make a series, I think, trying them out. So I've got the Fox Tan, U Tan, Forever Sundays, I don't know, NYX1, Skinny Tan, Skinny Tan, Skinny Tan, Rose and Caramel, Skinny Tan. I don't know what that brand is. And then these are some of my body stuff. So there's a wax, this, which is from Home Bargains. I've got a lot of tools. It is just pretty much a mess, this one. But yeah, my camera's literally about to die, so let me quickly do this drawer, which again is getting sorted today, because look at it. So I've got mouth tapes, all my Polished London there, and there's a lot. This is pretty much like a Pamper sort of drawer. I've got all my vitamins there, which obviously you can tell which one's my favourite. My vitamins, and it literally goes to the back, and a lot of these are backups, so I'm kind of stocked up for life. I've got the ISO Clean like cleansing solution, which I love for gym, and then I've got Pears soap at the back, and yeah, that's pretty much the overview of that. Not going to go into detail with that because it's a mess. But yeah, that is pretty much my makeup collection. I know I went really fast with it, but I didn't want it to be too long of a video, and it does need a complete sort out. I feel like I liked doing this video because I kind of saw what I had that I needed to start using up, do you know what I mean? If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and my camera is literally about to die, so I'm gonna go.